All right, we're on. Yay, we're on. So yeah, thanks guys for hanging in there. I know, like I said, I ran like 30 minutes behind, so did not expect that what I was doing was going to take that long, but it did. So it is what it is. But thanks so much for being patient. So we're going to dive right in and get started just because I want to catch up for lost time. So if this is your first time showing up, please, you can ask me about anything you want to ask me about. Be specific with your questions. You can put your questions in the comment section below. If you're asking me about your life, or if you want to ask me a question about your life, whether it's finances, career, work, relationship, love, etc. Be specific with your question. Don't just say, what do you see? Or tell me something about love. Ask me what the hell you want to know so I can get to it, okay? If you want to connect with the loved one in spirit, let me know who you want to connect with, and I'll try to connect and bring anything through that will help you to feel validated that they're with you. If you want to be on camera with me, or if you want to go on video, I am going to bring people on video form, but you got to get to Instagram because that's where I do the videos at. Okay. If you want to know more about me or want an appointment with me, you can go to my website. Everything's on there as well. As usual, my statements are personal opinions, not proven facts. Whatever decisions or actions you take, you are 100% responsible and liable for. You can change your future. It's never set in stone. And I am not a licensed medical doctor, counselor, attorney, or law enforcement official. You can still ask me those kinds of questions, but for legal medical advice or treatment, please consult a licensed professional. And remember, you can always change your future. It is never set in stone. If you are on YouTube or Facebook, you might get hit by a troll, someone who messages you and asks you to DM them because they'll give you a reading. That is not me, has nothing to do with me. Those are trolls. They will take your money. So just be careful with who you respond to on Facebook or YouTube, okay? All right, I'm just going to be bouncing around here. I'm going to try to catch up. So I may talk really fast for a few minutes just because I want to try to get as many questions as I can in the shortest amount of time, okay? So let's see. Got it. So Jade is infinite. Hey Ferny, would love to have any guidance on my love life. Do you see Daniel and I getting back together? Just going through a bad heartache. Yeah, I don't feel confident that y'all are going to get back together long term. I can see y'all talking again within 30 days. I can see y'all talking again, and possibly it may seem like the opportunity will be there, but I don't think y'all will actually get back together. So I'm going to say no. I don't think y'all will get back together. And I think that you'll end up having another relationship or have somebody else pop into the picture. It's either by October of this year or October of next year, 2022, where a new relationship may start up for you. Okay. Person's name is Josh or Joshi. Eliana Noah Rodriguez, I recently ordered my Aggie ring. Is my grandma watching over me? Does she have any messages? Yes, she is watching over you. One thing that she's wanting to let you know about is, I don't know if you have an apron or a piece of fabric that is worn. I mean, clothes are fabric that's worn, but I don't know if there's something like that, because I keep seeing something that reminds me of an apron or something that I would wear, because I want to associate it with cooking or with being in the kitchen, but there's something about a piece of fabric or something like this that she's making reference to. She is also acknowledging the number 13, so the 13th of a month may be significant, or January 3rd is connected. She also keeps acknowledging, thank you. You will smell roses when she's around, because roses are going to be a symbol that she's around for you. You may also find petals in the most random of places. That's also a sign from her as well. She is letting you know that she's proud of you, but she also says go further. So if you're already thinking about doing more education or wanting to go even further, you may not necessarily have to right this minute, but she's almost pushing you to go as far as you can. And so I think, and I feel confident, you're going to end up getting some more training, certification, or education, but it may not be right this minute. You might wait a little while, okay? Abby Schmidt. I've been having very vivid dreams lately. Do my spirit guides have any messages for me? I feel like you're processing a lot of information, because they make me feel as if you need to be a little more aware of all of the stuff you've come through, and you might not be giving yourself enough credit for that. You are processing a lot, and so the dreams are all symbolic. They represent aspects of your life that you're still processing and working through, but also there might be a new person that comes into your life that is going to be a godsend. I'm not thinking it's romantic. I'm thinking it's like friendship, or like a friendship connection, or a business connection, because it doesn't feel like it's romantic. So I'm thinking that there's a new person that will pop into the picture in either August or September, and this might have to do with opportunities for you to evolve yourself in your area of career because of this person. So there's a really good opportunity or connection for you that's going to come up around that time that I think might lead to more for you. Hey Mickey, were you able to figure out some of those details? If you were, from the last time I read you on here, share those, because people may want to know like what happened or how do you connect it to that. Let's go live. Let's see. I'm gonna go live because I'm like, I need to like get my I gotta get through as many people as I can, so I gotta like just jump through everybody. So let's see if she'll accept the. Come on, Ginger Snaps. Yes, no, maybe. Yes, no, maybe. All right, Ginger Snaps. You're not accepting it, so I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna go to somebody else. Okay. Let's see. No? Healthy Sophia? No? No? All right. So people, I guess, aren't coming on. So people are choosing not to. Oh, this is all acting all weird. Okay, I don't know what's going on there. That's okay. Here, let me close that up. So my thing's acting odd, and it's not letting me connect with people or whatnot in this room. That's okay. That's all right. Going on. Let me go to another question because something's going on with the video thing. Miss Rosemary, will I be pregnant soon? I'm not seeing a baby right now. You might luck out in October, so keep an eye out for that because I'm seeing Halloween in my head. Princess Tiana Houston. Hi, will my relationship work out with my current partner? I think it can. It feels like there are going to be a couple of issues that you'll have to deal with this year with them, that you'll have to work through. One of them feels like it's a repeating issue or a reoccurring issue, so it's not old. It's just the same shit, different day, right? That's what I want to say. The other one, I think, has more to do with their family and some drama with their family that may come up around the end of the year. But it can be worked through. So it does feel like it can be worked through. As of right now, I feel 70-ish% that you'll work through it. So I'm going to say, yeah, I think that you'll stick with it and you'll push through some of the issues. Just Me Rose, hi Ferny, do you see me getting a job promotion this year? I don't feel like my manager is being honest with me about moving up. I actually think you will, but this may not happen until after August. So I want to say like right after August is when when you'll have that opportunity. I think that they just don't know when. I don't think they know what to tell you as far as like time frame or when this is actually possible. I think at this point they're just saying, but I think there'll be more confidence or more of a actual opportunity for promotion after August of this year. Cindy Rhodes. Hi, Ferny. What is the best way for my body to lose weight? I have had such a hard time. Two things. One is check your hormones because I do feel like your thyroid's acting up or your thyroid may be a little bit off, so it might need a little bit of a boost. I also think that your circulation is needing some help. So you probably need more physical activity that's going to circulate your blood, but you need to check your hormones first because even if you try really hard and your hormones are not right, it's going to be really hard to lose weight. So check with the hormones, especially your thyroid. Trying somebody else on. Let me see if I can get somebody on here with video. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so nobody's like accepting video. I don't understand what's going on. And it's weird because like it's showing as everybody's still here, but it's like not even letting me cancel the request. So I don't know what that's about. That's okay. Let me keep going. Yeah, Miss Moore. Miss Moore one. Hey, Ferny, love. I want to know about my spirit guides and any messages from them. Yeah, I'm assuming you don't know their names, so that's what I'm thinking when you're saying you want to know about them. The main guide. I think there's like only one main guide. I want to say that the main guide's name is. It's either Timothy or Tobias, because I feel like it's a T male, Timothy or Tobias. That might be the main guide. You have secondary guides, but I feel like there's only one main guide, is what I'm thinking. Messages that you need to, messages from them. You kind of need to put your foot down with your family or with people in your family, because there might be some challenging conflicts within the family that may come up in the next month or two, and you may need to put your foot down in July or August, because it feels like what I'm reminded of, which is why I'm thinking this way, is in my family, when my grandpa died, all of a sudden all the siblings, my mother included, they all got together on the day my grandfather was buried, and they were trying to come up with a plan to get my stepmother out of the house, because they were technically financially connected to that house. They didn't pay for that house. She did. She finished the damn payments, but they felt entitled to it, and they just hated her because she moved in with them to replace their mother, and it just became a big old mess. Anyways, so I felt like that was a complete travesty, and that was just ridiculous, because she took care of my grandfather. She helped him with his cancer. She's the one that was there. None of those siblings were there. And if I was an adult when this happened, I would have put every one of those assholes in their place, including my own mother, because that's ridiculous. And you don't screw someone over. Like, were you there shooting him up with the medications that he needed? Were you there wiping his ass because he was wearing a diaper? Were you there paying the mortgage and paying for the repairs? And no, you weren't there. Your grandmother, your mother was there. My grandmother was there. You were not there. So you don't have an entitlement to this house other than you believe you are, and you don't like her. So if you do this, you are going against grandpa. You're going against what's right in the situation, and you're going to live with an unconscionable. So I would have not put up with it. So that's just the way I would have dealt with it. But anyways, for you, there's a situation that feels like people may start fighting over some things, or fighting about some issues in the family, and you might have to put your foot down and be prepared for that in the next 2 months. Okay. No, Miss Rosemary's like, Miss my father, my guide. No, usually our spirit guides are not family. They're not people we've known in our lives. Our guides are there from the moment we've been conceived or come into the physical body. So they have to be there before we're even born, and they have to be there after we die, because they help us to work through some of the things that we've decided to experience in this lifetime. So no, your father is not your guide. Yeah, Marlene Pavi. Hi, Fernie. I love you. I love you too, sweetheart. So my grandparents have any messages for me? Yeah. I'm seeing 3 though. I don't know if you have 3 grandparents that are passed, but I'm seeing 3. I'm seeing 2 females and a male. So I'm assuming one of them is the male's a grandfather, the female's a grandmother, and then there's another female alongside her. So I'm assuming there's 3 grandparents, unless one of the females. That's how I want to interpret it, because that's how I'm thinking about it. With the grandmother, your grandmother is the one that's wanting to speak up. She may not have always understood she may not have always understood people's choices or agreed with people's choices, and to some extent, sometimes she could have come across in a way that was a little judgmental or critical. She's apologizing for this, so she's almost letting you know, like, I understand now, I get it, I'm so sorry, and so she's almost acknowledging and apologizing. Your grandfather, it's interesting, because your grandfather, he's whistling, so I don't know if he had a tendency to whistle, or he liked to whistle to kind of get attention, but he's whistling for me, so there's a reference there. He also says his mouth, or he can use his mouth now, or his mouth doesn't hurt anymore. So there might have been some issues or something that was affecting him towards the end that did affect his mouth or his ability to swallow. He also he's pointing to his heart as well. So he also is acknowledging that his heart feels better. So if he was having any pain chest pains or any pressure in his chest, he's like letting you know that the pain is gone, or he's no longer struggling with this. He also says he's shown up in a dream, but you may not have realized it was him, because it looked like someone else in your family, and it didn't look like him when you last saw him. So he's acknowledging that he's tried to communicate with the dream as well. Also, I don't know if he was a gambler or if this is someone else that's trying to get into the conversation, but there's a male, I don't know if it's grandpa or not, but it's a male. He's showing me dice and like whenever you gamble. So there's a male that's connected to the gambling as well. Okay. Exxon G, Exxon G, Sanji. I think it's Sanji. I think it's Sanji. Is there any message from my dad or my boyfriend to me? Yeah. First of all, your dad messes with your phone. So if you have random calls that are not, there's nobody on the line, or if your phone just rings but there's actually no call from someone, he says he messes with your phone. So he tries to get your attention that way. He also lets me know. Thank you. He's acknowledging the. He's acknowledging a date. I'm trying to figure out the date. It's either 17 or the 27. Because I know the last number is 7, but the first one is either a 1 or a 2. So it's either the 17th or 27 of a month that is connected, because they were acknowledging those dates. The boyfriend, he's doing this. I don't know if you wear something around your neck or you have something that is connected to a necklace or that goes around the neck, but he's doing this. So there's a reference to that. He's also drawing on my skin. So I don't know if you've planned on getting a tattoo or if you've gotten a tattoo for him, but there's a reference there. He's also showing me the number 3. So there might actually be 3 tattoos or 3 separate tattoo type things or pieces of art that are connected to him, but I wouldn't say tattoos. So there might be 3 that people have. So he's acknowledging that. He also keeps apologizing and he's blaming himself. So he might have brought about his own passing, or he might have caused his own passing, but he's blaming himself and he's just acknowledging that, but then he's apologizing for what happened, and for you to have to go through this as well. Also, don't listen to the gossip or the rumors is what he says. So if people have tried to gossip or rumors about him after his passing, they may not all be true or accurate. So just FYI with that, because he's acknowledging. Healthy Sophia, hi Ferny, I am going to resign from my position. Is this something that I should do? So I can't tell you what you should or shouldn't do. It's your decision. You have to live with the consequences. However, I don't feel it's a bad decision. I do think that if you didn't resign, you would still feel pushed out by the end of this year. So I honestly think that what you're doing is inevitable. I also think that there are going to be 2 different opportunities that come up for you. One may already be in the play, or you may already be aware of one that's going to be there for you, but then there's another opportunity that comes up in early 2022, which might be a better fit for you, and may also have a lot to do with something you used to do before in a prior career path or in a prior job. So there might be a return to something that you had done before, but you might with a different opportunity or a different situation. But there's 2 opportunities that are going to come your way, I believe. Navy Henderson, hey Ferny, was wondering if I will be connecting again with my potential love interest Cassie, and will it become a relationship in the future? Thank you. There's definite potential there, but you're gonna have to. It would be slow moving, so I wouldn't cook dinner by it, because it feels like the dinner would burn. It's gonna take a while. So what I would say about this is, I think there's potential there, but you might have to wait a while, and so I wouldn't just 100% depend or focus on that person. I would leave yourself open to other opportunities, but there is potential there. So you just may have to be patient and just kind of go slowly with that, and don't expect anything right now. If there's going to be any actual attempt at being in a relationship, it would not come until the end of the year, I believe, because at that point circumstances are changing, or the living situation is changing, and it might make it easier for that opportunity to come up between the 2 of you. Don't understand that question. Kelly Mac 22. I just started a side gig. I am wondering if I will be successful. With the side gig, I feel that you might. I think you'll have some success, but I think you're gonna have to expand the reach with the business or the gig. here's an example. Let me give you an example of how I'm thinking about this. So let's say, for example, when I started my business, I started in Houston. That's where I based most of my business out of. And so that's where I grew my business, was in Houston. When I was going to be moving to New Mexico, I was like, I can't base everything out of my system. Not only that, but every freaking hurricane, every time there was a hurricane, like all of a sudden I would like, people would have to reschedule. So it was a big old mess. And so I was like, oh my God, I'm sick and tired. And I doubt that hurricanes are going away anytime soon, right? So with the business, I decided that I was going to promote myself in different cities besides Houston, because I had a pretty strong following in Houston, but I wanted to grow myself in other regions as well, so I could start to build clientele bases that weren't just based in one area. And that was just a strategy for me. You're going to have to do the same thing, because the area that you're going to be focused on, or the area that you think you can be successful with, is just not big enough, or it's just not enough of an area for you. So you're going to have to expand out, or kind of dip into other areas or regions that might give you better chances to be successful, the kind of success that you want. And you'll figure this out after the first year, because the first year is going to be a little bit wobbly. I also think you're going to have a side gig as well. So even though another side gig as well. So even though you started a side gig, if you have a main job, then if you might have a main job, well, that would be it. That would be one job and then having a side gig. That would be it. If you don't have a job right now, you're going to have a job and a side gig, because I'm seeing later this year you having a job and then a side gig. You might be able to shift that and go 100% side gig later next year, but the amount of area or the reach that you have is what you're going to have to focus on. Don't be afraid to promote. Don't be afraid to market yourself. Don't be afraid to utilize social media. Like, people who are in this industry, most of the people I know who are psychics or mediums have to work a full-time job and only do this part-time. And they're expecting that a movie production crew is going to show up and say, hey, you're really good, let's turn you into a star. You can do this full-time. Like, it's not going to happen. Like, you need to build enough of a following or enough of an audience. And so sometimes if you have to promote or advertise, put some money into that. It's worth it, because then you get more clients, and then you can do it more full time. So don't be afraid to advertise and to network, because you're going to need to network. Brianna Golona. Hey Ferny, I just broke up with my ex. Will he cooperate with me leaving our rental? No, I don't think so. I don't think he's going to make it easy. I think he might. I think the issue is going to come down to when he's actually going to leave. And it may take a little longer than what you're going to be expecting. So you might have to work with him on that. But I don't think it's going to be easy to get him out of to get him out of, not only that, but it's almost, I wouldn't be surprised if like he leaves, but he still leaves a bunch of stuff there, and then you're like, you have to get a storage unit, because I keep seeing this situation where you end up having to get storage unit and move his crap out, so that way you can go ahead and begin to use it again and change the lock. So I almost see you having to go that route with his stuff. Okay, go over here, because there's people over here that I want to get to. Hey, Kelly Dishman, can you reword your question about the house? Because I'm not sure I understand what you're asking me about the house. So you can reword it, or be more specific about what you're meaning. What do you want to know about the house situation? And then I'll come back and look and see if I can find your thing. Jean, hi Ferny, how are you? Does my mom have a message for me, and should I keep my grandson in homeschool? It's up to you. It's your decision if you want to do that with your grandson. However, I do think that your grandson will stay in homeschool for about another year, and then likely after that he will go into either he'll go into a school, or he's going to do like half and half. But I do think that he will stay in homeschool for about another year. Okay. As far as your mother is concerned, she's doing this. I don't know if you have a necklace or something that goes around the neck that represents either good luck or represents like blessing, but she's doing something like this, so she's making reference to that. Butterflies are connected to mom, so you will have experiences with butterflies. She also is, thank you. It's interesting because she's like sitting with you, and it feels like y'all are sitting either at a table or outside and y'all are just talking. She's showing me an image of that. So if that's something that y'all did regularly, she's probably just acknowledging that one-on-one time that y'all had. But I keep hearing like singing birds while I'm doing it. So if you find yourself outside and you're thinking about your mom, and then you have a songbird that starts to sing, or a bird that just starts to sing for you, that may be a gift from mom as well. So just FYI with that. She also keeps acknowledging the month of September. So the month of September may be significant, or there may be a connection to September. She also keeps acknowledging, thank you. Her hands, thank you. I don't know if she was having swelling before she passed, because she's making me feel. Okay, bird just hit the window. Bird just like said, no, you better to pay attention to me. She's showing me this. So there might be some swelling that she was encountering or experiencing before she passed. Or there might be something that was affecting her hands, but she's acknowledging this and then saying it's fine, or she's okay. So there's a reference there. Okay. What are you doing? Girl, they're like little bluebirds like trying to fly into the damn window. Queen G, do you see marriage for me, Ferny? I do. So I feel like you'll end up having 3 separate opportunities to get married in your lifetime. The first one feels like it would be a big mess. So it might be the harder one of the 3. The other 2 would probably be easier, but I feel like there's gonna be 3 separate opportunities or chances for you to settle down and get married to someone. From today, I feel like the next opportunity comes up around the end of 2024. So it's a little whiles away from now. Okay. By the way, when I say chances, I don't mean you're actually going to go and get married 3 times. If you get into a relationship and y'all are talking about marriage, you get engaged, or you get married, then that all qualifies into that category. Jennifer V. This is a question on behalf of my cousin V. She is really heartbroken and doesn't believe she will find someone and will be single forever. When do you see her finding someone that will be long term? So I'm gonna have to put the smack down on this one, okay? First of all, tell your cousin to get off the cross because we need the wood. So she needs to stop with the martyr business, okay? That's one. Secondly, she needs to work on her expectations and ideas for a relationship, because I don't think she's prepared for the amount of work that relationships take. And I think if anything, she's just kind of like jumping into them without realizing what she's jumping into. And then she's surprised. Girl, like you just jumped in. You just jumped into bed with the garbage man, and you crying because he smells like crap. Well, obviously he's a garbage man. So she needs to be a little more self-aware and just aware of what she's doing, so she can start to be better at choosing options that are going to be better fit for her. With that being said, to go back to that, she needs to change her options or her type, because the type that she's normally drawn to or attracted to is based on some of her childhood experiences. I also think that she's in some ways, I think she's too picky in some things, and in some things she's not picky enough. And I feel like she needs to balance that out. I also think she needs to stop expecting relationships to make her life better or to make everything 100% better, because that is a lot of pressure for any person coming in and meeting her to have to deal with. I don't want to go into a relationship with someone and they're like, oh my God, we're together now. Now you're supposed to fix everything in my life and make me happy. Oh, hell no. You fix your own crap. I'm going to focus on my stuff. You focus on your stuff. We can be together. That's a relationship. So she needs to change her perspective, because I feel that's an issue. She may not like hearing this, and I know she's probably rolling her eyes and he doesn't know what he's talking about. And here, I already can hear it, but she needs to get over that. She needs to if she wants the changes, if she wants a relationship, she's going to have to take a look in the mirror, because the issue isn't the people she's dating. The issue is what she's putting out and how she's sustaining herself internally. So she needs to work on that. Okay. And to answer the question, because you're asking me like, will she ever? Yes, she will end up with someone. I think she'll actually get engaged to someone. She might get close to it in 2023, I'm sorry. 2023, she might get close to it. But I don't see her settle down or in an actual relationship until 2026, 2027. So it is a while. She can work on that. She can speed that timeline up. That doesn't mean there will be nothing from now until then. It just means that she's like self-sabotaging at this point, is how I feel. Let's see if I can bring somebody on again, because like I've tried and this is like not doing what it's supposed to be doing. Let's go here. Let's see. Let's see if I can bring a person on. No. Not coming on. It's like, I guess the universe don't want me to do videos today because it's just not happening. Okay. All right. So let's see. Yeah, there's like, I have like 5 people lined up, and it's like not doing nothing. So let me try one more person, because I'm gonna see if I can get this thing to switch on. So let's see. Yeah, it's not doing what it needs to be doing. So okay, let me just cancel that one then. Yeah, it just doesn't want me to get on here then. Doesn't want me to get on here. That's okay. Let me keep going. Let me keep doing these. Cindy Rods, hi Ferny, how am I going to meet the love of my life? So the love of your life. So, I feel like you'll meet someone. It's interesting because I see you taking a class, but it may not be like a traditional class. It may be like a either a training course or just like some sort of like course thing. Because I keep seeing the inside of like when I'm learning something, but it doesn't feel like it would be a traditional school. It could be, but I'm not thinking that's what it is. But it feels like it's going to be in that kind of environment. It also feels like it's going to be someone you. That's funny. Okay, it's going to be someone that is the exact opposite of what you think you're going to end up with and what everybody thinks you're going to end up with. So it's literally going to be the exact opposite of what you thought you would end up with. So you might need to prepare yourself. And when this person shows up, I don't even think you're going to have a choice in the matter, because it feels like it's actually set up by the universe. So you might just have to go with the flow. But it feels like it's going to be a very different, like almost opposite to what you're normally drawn to or attracted to. You're not even going to know this person's like flirting with you until like they make it clear that they're attracted to you. You may be like completely like, like, oh, he's so nice, completely like not even realizing that this person like is actually flirting with you, and that's their version. That's their rated G version of flirting. That's what it's going to be. Hey Sanchez, thank you, Mama, for those Girl Scout cookies. You best believe I ate all them damn cookies, just so you know. I literally would like get done with my lives, and then I would go and start dinner, and I'm just sitting there and I'm just watching, whatever's on TV. Normally I have like either like the Golden Girls or Living Single or Friends, or I have like all these old sitcoms, because the new stuff don't really work for me. But I just watch it, and I was just in there with like eating like 2 or 3, and I was like, okay, I better stop, because this is gonna become an issue for me. The Tea Giver Project. Hi, Ferny. Angela and July. Would living in a group home be good for me? That has to be your decision. However, I don't actually feel bad about it. Everyone always has this idea for what group homes are like. I can see you being more in. It almost reminds me of like a retirement community, but I don't know if it's an actual retirement community, but it reminds me of it because it's set up a certain way. So I do think that you will end up in a place that reminds me of that, but you may wait or may end up holding off until either the end of this year or the end of next year, 2022. Just because I'm seeing it happening right before a holiday period, and I'm thinking it's either right before this holiday period or right before the next one, 2022. But I don't feel bad about it. I don't feel bad about it. And there again, do your homework, because I don't think the first one you look at or you check out is really going to be the one you want. But there might be one that is recommended that you check out that I think it will work better for you, or you'll feel happier with it. SRJ01. Hi, Ferny. Do you see me meeting anyone soon, as in love life? Not right away. I do think that there will be an opportunity in August of next year, 2022. Their name is with an A, like AND, like I'm assuming you're straight. If you're not straight, then you can apply this to a female's name. But it's AND, like Andre or Andrea or Adri. It's got like an AND sounding name to it. But this is next year. So I don't see this happening until next year. But I feel like that's when this person may pop into the picture, and then there's an opportunity there to start something. Biba GV, will I get the license I'm going to school for in the next month? What's interesting is I'm seeing you getting 2 licenses. So I'm going to say yeah, because if you're getting 2, because I feel when I tune into like this year, I am seeing a license energy within the next, I was going to say June, but we're in June. So I wouldn't say maybe this month. But then I'm seeing another energy at the end of the year around November that also feels like a license energy as well. So either you're going to end up getting 1 license and then you'll have a chance to get a second one that may not take as much effort later this year, or you may have to make a correction to the license because of something that doesn't get done the right way. So, but I'm seeing 2 periods this year. One within 30 days, and then the next one feels like it's is it within the next 30 days? Yeah, I would say it is. Yeah, and then the next one is in November. Okay. Yeah, let me try another video again. I'm gonna try one more time. Let's see. Not happening. It's just not happening. I don't know. It's probably got to be Instagram, or maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's just something else. So that's okay. Okay, let me keep going then. So I guess I'm just doing text readings today, y'all. So I guess that's what I'm doing today. Kamal Maridia. Hey, Ferny, any messages from my grandma? My grandpa Wally, missing him every day. Yeah, with your grandpa, the first thing he's showing me, thank you. There's a circle. He's showing me a image of himself, and then I'm seeing a circle around him. So I'm assuming there's either a picture it's a circular picture of him, or there's a picture of him inside of a circle, because he's showing me something like that. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you. He is showing me an image of him as well, which he may be a bit dressed up, and it might be a rare picture of him in this way, but he feels like he's dressed up, and he might even have a tie and suit. So there's a reference to that as well. He is showing me this also. Whenever I see this image or this symbol, it usually means that either you have this person's ring, or there's an engagement or a marriage that has happened since their passing or coming up that they want to acknowledge, because they're making the gesture for this. So there's a reference there. They also keep it. Thank you. He also keeps acknowledging the number 12. So either the month of December may be connected, or the 12th of a month may be significant. He also keeps acknowledging. It's funny because I feel like I want to say a nickname, but it's not like I want to say it sounds like Bonnie or BB, but it's got like a BB sounding name or B name, like Bonnie or Beanie or Bonnie. It's got like a name like that, and I feel like it's a nickname for something. Okay. Jennifer Solis, any changes with my career, or is it still leaning towards real estate or working with the city? I feel like it's still leaning towards real estate or working with the city. Okay. All right, I'm gonna do one more question, guys, and then I'm out of time, and then we'll get to getting. Angela K. Hi, will I be promoted at work? Yeah, there might be an opportunity for promotion within a couple months. So I would say within 2 months you might get promoted. Actually, you might actually have a choice because there might be more than one option available. But I feel like in the next month you'll get promoted. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and please forgive me for being late. So I promise to add another 15 minutes to the next one on Friday. And I'll try to get on here early, okay? I love you all. I will be back in an hour for our study group because we're doing our Course in Miracles study group.